after I left Skid Row, which was 1971, I think, it was Christmas 1971, I formed my own band, which lasted for 2 years with some people from Ireland. The drummer was from Ireland, and I was in the kind of frame of mind to do an Allman Brothers kind of band. I wanted like an R&B band, with two guitarists playing against each other all the time and playing harmonies, you know. And that didn't work out so good because I found that I didn't have the control to play guitar with another guitarist on stage. So eventually, through financial reasons, I cut down on the band to a trio, to a three-piece, and then we started to be accepted much better with audiences. But financial difficulties forced me to break the band up when Philip Lynott called me up and asked me to come over and fill in for Eric Bell, who was very ill at the time with Thin Lizzy, you see.
Yeah, Thin Lizzy, yeah.
They were doing an Irish tour, so Eric was very ill at the time and very exhausted. So I went and I stood in with Thin Lizzy for 4 weeks on the Irish tour, and then they asked me if I would stay with them. And I thought, well, I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun, you know, and they're old friends because Philip Lynott was originally the lead singer in Skid Row, you see. So he was a really old friend of mine. And Brian had been a drummer from 7 years before that I knew very well, from a band called Sugar Shack in Dublin. And we all got together, and they were really old friends. So I thought, well, I'll stay with this band for a while. So I stayed with Thin Lizzy for 4 months, and then I got pissed off with the music because I wanted to do something more complex, you know. And I met my girlfriend in the meantime, and she thought what would be best for me would be a good idea to move out of that scene. Because I was playing music that was beyond what I should have done. It was wrong for me, you know. And after I left Thin Lizzy, I met Jon, and I hadn't really met Jon before, but I'd always admired his drumming very much, you see. And so I called him up on the phone one night and I said, what are you doing at the moment? And he said, oh, you mean tonight? And I said, so let's get something together. And so we got a band together with Mark Clark, who was the original bass player. You know Mark Clark? And a singer called Graham Bell. But Graham took too much drugs and shit, you know, so he couldn't keep it together. So Mark went to America with Ken Hensley to do a record, and we stuck together, just Jon and I, and we found the people that we now have as Colosseum too. And it's been really good. We've learned so much from each other, and we've released one record on the Bronze label, and now we've finished with that contract, so now we are looking for a new record deal and to record another album, because the music that we played today is totally new music. It's nothing from the record at all. It's all new stuff, you know.
What did the two members of Colosseum 2 left the band?
Well, they felt it was wrong for them, and we felt they were wrong for us. It was a mutual kind of agreement, you can see what I mean. Because the singer could not function within the instrumental part of the band, which was that we wanted to be a very instrumentally based band with a lead singer, you see? And all the time he was left standing around with nothing to do because he didn't play any instrument. So it was wrong for the band and it was wrong for him, so we had to part.
Because you're a preferred singer, you can play the instrument, guitar, and also you can sing. So.
And we want to present a more unified, a more honest approach, if you like, a more truthful thing to the people that we play to. And I think that's what we're doing now. It's much more positive, you know. We play all the time. Everyone in the band is playing always, you know. And it works that much better. It's a much stronger unit, I think. I don't know if you saw the last group, the last formation of this band, but I think this one is much stronger because everyone is there all the time, you know. And I think from the receptions we've been getting, that people enjoy it much more than the last one.
No, the last thing is to give a message to the Japanese fan of you. It's like a blues guitarist fan. So give some message.
To one fan, you mean, or?
Oh yeah, all fans in Japan.
All the fans in Japan.
All fans.
Well, I'm really surprised that people in Japan have even heard of my name, and I'm really amazed at that, and I love them for it. And thank you very much.
I'm 27 now. I started playing when I was about 14. I started playing lead. I started playing guitar, ordinary 6-string guitar when I was about 14. Yeah. And I played with a lot of small bands in pubs and things like that. Yeah. When I was about 16, I got interested in the bass guitar, mainly because I wasn't really making it on lead guitar. And at the same time I got interested in jazz. And I took up the bass guitar about a year before I took up double bass, you know. A year ago? No, this is 10 years ago.
Yeah,
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And really, I've played modern jazz for the last 8 or 9 years. Mm-hmm. But the transition in jazz to jazz rock about 4 or 5 years ago, I was involved in that. And I played a lot of jazz rock for the last 3 or 4 years. And that course really took me to playing with Barbara Thompson.
Barbara's wife.
Yeah.
Not with Zach.
Yeah. And
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. And I was playing with her for a while, you know? And
So the band called Paraphernalia or Jubilee?
yeah, that's right. I was doing a few gigs with them, and I was doing a few gigs with Barbara on her own, you know, with sort of pick-up trios and things like this.
At the sort of jazz clubs.
Yeah, that's right.
the
Yeah,
Hundred
sort
Club
of
or
casual
Ronnie's
gigs,
Club,
you know, at jazz clubs and things like that. And then she, you know, she said that Jon was looking for something, and I went along to the audition, and that's it, really. You know.
What do you think the way are you going at the time?
Pardon?
What do you think the way are you going at the time with Colosseum 2?
Well, it's hard for me to say really, because I haven't been with a really sort of a band that's used so much sound before, you know, and things like this. Normally the things I was used to were sort of small clubs and stuff like that, you know. But the thing I enjoy really is that it's like playing with a jazz rock band, but it's got more rock than jazz, if you like, which is very nice, you know. You know, that's the thing I like. It's like it's all got form, whereas the jazz rock thinking is sort of paid
But I
into
think that
a lot of
Jon has always been wanted to make of course his own way, mainly jazz-oriented rock.
Yeah.
And mainly to make lots of instruments, instrument part, with that much more rock things, as like Tempest era.
Yeah.
And which one do you like or prefer to?
Which do you prefer? It's like a jazz rock, or that's what the sounds like first Colosseum, or it's like it's quite rock stuff like Tempest Days.
Well,
Which do you prefer?
Well, you've put me in a very embarrassing position, really, because I didn't hear very much of Tempest, actually. I've only heard them. I heard them once on the radio. But the first Colosseums I used to really like, because it was like, we had a lot of bands over here getting turned on to the jazz rock thing, and yet Colosseum was doing it, and it had a lot of oomph, you know, as well, you know, a lot of balls and stuff, you know, and it was really good, you know. But I didn't hear Jon play when he got the Tempest thing together, you know, but from what I hear, talking to other people, the band was really successful when it split up, you know. It was just really getting going, you know. So really it was like it was coming into an unknown sort of quantity, you know, when I first came in for the audition.
I think it's quite hard days to rehearse before going to the road as in Colosseum too, because John always doing so much of rehearsing.
Yeah.
How long does it need to?
How long do you used to do the rehearsal before you do the gigs?
Well, I did about 4 or 5 weeks with them, I suppose, and this is about the 5th gig, 6th gig. So really, I'm still feeling the way. I'm not really sure. You know, it's like any band. You know, you've just got to do what you can and hope for the best. You know what's supposed to happen. It's just getting into it enough to develop it all the time. You know, and really the only way to do that is to do lots of gigs. You can rehearse for 6 months, but when you do your first gig, it all changes.
Where's the first gig or your debut concert in England?
Well, it was a week ago, up north somewhere. Yeah. It was about a week ago, somewhere up north. I can't remember where it was.
Just a week ago.
Yeah. We've
Debut concert.
We've done about 5 gigs in the last week, you know. And
have you gone to the States gig?
Oh no.
Just in England.
No, yeah. This present band's only been together, you know. Since the last thing. So, hello, Streaks. No, it's not Streaks. It looked like Streaks.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks very much.